Yo, yo.
What's happening, baby?
I'm good with you, man.
Hey, man, it's my first day on officially on vacation, man.
Oh,
So,
that's right. The kids out of school, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's good. That's good.
I'm happy. I can't be any happier.
Well, I'm glad you had another successful year.
Yep, yep. Big plans coming down the pipe, bro. Get my studying on and try to get some other things to the next chapter of my life, bro. Get the moving, man.
So, how was it a short week for you?
Yeah, it was crazy to me because I wouldn't necessarily think they would send us to school for 2 days, but it is.
Well,
I mean, it ended Friday. That would have been it. You coming back for 2 more days is crazy, but I made it through, man. It's good.
there you go. There you
Yes,
go.
sir. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm running around like a chicken with his head cut off, man. So my daughter's sweet 16 is this Saturday. Well,
Okay.
this Tuesday.
Okay.
But we're doing her birthday party on Saturday. So trying to
Okay.
run around again, and then I had to go in the office. Then it's raining crazy down here, so people don't know how to drive down here. Georgia has the worst drivers in the world, just for the record.
Worse than DC? DC crazy, man.
DC, well, we the
DC.
best drivers in the world, man.
Nope. You got the call with Glenn and David. I ain't trying to hear that.
Oh well, okay. Maybe the ones from Northeast can't drive, but the ones from Landover, we can drive.
Nah, shouts out to them, man.
Hey man, hey look, man, we got a very interesting conversation today, man.
All right.
First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Final Notice podcast. I am your host, Kojo, and I got my co-host, my brother Aaron. Welcome, take a seat, get comfortable, because today's conversation may not be your typical conversation, but I wanted to get you a different perspective on what it is that we have to do in this world, right? So we have a very interesting special guest on here today. It's a brother of mine, somebody that I respect and somebody I know for a long time. So before I bring him on, I want to kind of like give Aaron a time to kind of like, introduce himself, and then we'll get right into it.
Oh yeah, it's Aaron. I'm just me, ladies and gentlemen. I was born. Hey man, I'm just a happy, joyful guy, man. I'm here to do the work of God and help my brothers and my sisters. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this conversation, bro.
All right, well, yeah, with no further ado.
Oh yeah, thank everybody for tuning in. It's always a pleasure and grateful. You know what I'm saying, for to our supporters and the people that follow us and listen to us. So I'm grateful for them as well, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring our special guest on, man. Yo,
What's up?
what's going on, man?
What's good, brother?
How you doing?
What's good with you, brother?
I'm good, bro. How you feeling, man?
You on vacation, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Be nice. Must be nice.
It's only short lived, bro. I'm just gonna enjoy this week, man. Try to get right back to something else, man.
I can dig it.
Hey, what you's in my closet, man?
Who, me?
Yeah, you, man.
You got the same hat?
Not the hat. Look at the
Color
sweater.
scheme.
Got the blue, the same color blue on.
Okay, fresh to death.
You know how we do.
All right, man. So look,
Freshest dog man in Maryland. You heard?
Hey, man. Look, man. I want you to introduce yourself for those that don't know you, man. I'm sure your followers are going to be tuning in. Please let them know to hit that subscribe button. If this is the content for them, they can follow us on every Sunday and Wednesdays. At least Wednesdays for right now at 7 p.m. What's going on, man?
Hold on, B. Let me do this, B. Let me do this. Let me do this, B. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go live on StreamYard and tell them to go watch. We live on Final Notice Podcast. Do it like that. We can get it together. Boom. Hold on. See if this works. I don't know if it'll work me being under two the same account on two different phones, but we're gonna see.
Okay.
All right. Boom. All right, so we live.
Okay.
Gonna see. We live on Final Notice Podcast. All right, so for everybody that's watching, don't know who I am Bossman Vlogs, aka Bossman Weezy. I'm a dog man. I'm a family man. I'm a married man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit of everything. But what I do and what I do best is I slang dogs like bricks. You dig? That's what I do. I slang dogs like bricks. You know what I'm saying? You go subscribe to Bossman Vlogs. You know, I know y'all, you know, be more so, you know, clean cut over here. So, you know, a lot of people might, y'all come over here, y'all got to know that it's raw and uncut coming over here. So, you know what I mean? If you ain't really with all of that, don't come. But if you are, more welcome to come. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be respectful on the platform because it's my brother platform. So, yeah, I mean, that's who I am, man. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. You know what I'm saying? I represent Landover, Maryland. I'm a PG County guy. I represent Landover, Maryland. I represent Baltimore, Maryland. Am I still here?
Yeah.
I represent Baltimore, Maryland. I represent New Orleans. I represent Mobile, Alabama, and I represent Ohio. So I'm standing up for all of them.
You everywhere, man.
International Hove, I told you so.
They call me International Weezy, man.
International Weezy.
Hey, so let me ask you a question real quick off top, man. What kind of dogs you into? Because I know my daughter been begging me for one for a minute.
I got American Bullies. I got a micro female. She pregnant right now. I got my XL female. She pregnant right now. It's looking like she gonna drop later on tonight. 98. Not their temperature. When you say their temperature is 98 degrees, that means at any time they can go into labor. And right now she at 99. So maybe about 2-3 in the morning she'll be coming in heat. Then not coming in heat, but going into labor. I got a pocket female. She's coming in heat next. And then I got a standard female. She'll be going in the heat next. So I got almost every class of American Bullies.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, I've known Weezy for more than 10 years now, man. I've known you since 07, 2007. And it was really interesting how we met, Aaron, because 2007 is when I came home from Coppin.
Okay.
So it was a transition part of my life for me, going from college to coming back to the neighborhood and really trying to refigure myself out as far as like what I want to do because I was kicked out of school. And then I met Weezy. What were you? Tell everybody, what were you doing? What was your first passion? Like, what was your first? I mean, like, what were you trying to do when I first met you?
What I was trying to do?
Yeah,
what I was trying to do was get rich and die trying. But you know, I was man. Listen, man. It realistically, even to this day, and me being 37 years old, it ain't nobody coming out of the DMV area can't nobody spit the way I spit. You feel me? So I was supposed to be a rapper, you know, but God ain't picked me to be no rapper. You know, it never would have. It never, like, you couldn't have paid me. You couldn't have paid B. You couldn't have paid me. B was my manager. You feel me? B was my manager. You couldn't have paid me or B to be like, oh, he became famous off of dogs. Because so we went so hard with this music. You feel what I'm saying? We went so hard with the music. You wouldn't have believed that. So, you know, I was a rapper. I was J. Dot. Dead Fashion. GMB.
You ever get a chance to press anything up? You got anything out there?
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
Weezy, before you go there, Aaron. So it's a reason why this topic and this conversation came up, right? And I want to give a special shout out to Bossman's wife, Christina, right? I want to give a shout out to her because behind every great man, it's a great woman alongside him. That is working and grinding along, with him, right? When I first met Weezy, right?
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to say one thing. I am so glad that you didn't say a strong black woman.
Oh, yeah, I already know.
Listen, bro. I'm so glad you ain't say that, bro.
That's a strong woman.
Strong woman.
So the reason why this conversation was so important to me is because I saw what he saw in me is what I saw in him. We were both caught in the crossroads of our life where he knew what he wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I remember me listening to him as he pulled up on the block and he was playing the music in his car. And I said, yo, who's that? Who's that rapper? He said, that's me. I said, that's you? He said, yeah. I said, well, what you trying to do? Like, what you trying to do with the music? He said, man, I want to be a star. I said, oh, yeah, you want to be a star? Then I want to help you chase your dreams. So whatever I can do to help you, I'll do. Because at that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just know I wanted to be a part of something. And if anybody knows me, I've always said that I had a hard time figuring out who I was until 2014. You dig what I'm saying? And that's when I made my transition into who I am now. So I wanted him to come on because I feel like there's a lot of us in life that we get caught and get complacent thinking that God had ordained us to do something else. But in the realistic world, or in the reality is, what we thought is what God wanted us to do is not what God had intended for us to do. We were looking at it from our own human eyesight. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I invited him to come on. I'm like, yo, bro, I think this would be a great conversation for not just for our viewers, but the people that also follow you and are inspired by you to understand that you didn't get up and said, this is what I want to do. It is something that God had already pre-planned for you. And that's why it brings me to the topic of accepting your transition. And with that being said, if Aaron, you got any questions, you can go and ask me. If not, I want to kind of like let Weezy kind of like get into, you know, what happened, what transpired for him to be who he is right now.
Oh no, you go ahead, man. Cause I just want to know about the music. I want to go find it now. I want to hear some of them bars, man.
And,
you know, we used to the thing at Coppin too. So you know what I'm saying? My man staying in Illiton, Maryland. Ain't nobody touching them.
Tell them how they can get to your music, man. For my boy Aaron right here.
Oh, it's on Bossman Vlogs. Music on there. Bossman Vlogs.
Is it on like the DSPs or something like that?
No, when we was doing it, it wasn't going down like that.
So you got your own website?
No, it wasn't going down like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't going down. Wasn't too many people. You couldn't go with a Fat Trail and say at Pure Lounge, did you have a website? You did? Right. It wasn't going down like that, brother. Like you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you go on my channel. I got my music up there on my channel, bro.
Okay. So this is on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.
All right, I follow you on that, bro.
So what you wanted me to say, B?
So just kind of like talk to us a little bit about how, you know, what you was doing, and then how did you end up doing what you're doing right now, and kind of like what was like the main thing or the difficulties that you had from transitioning from the streets to doing what you're doing now, where it's inspiring a lot of people. Because I came on one of your live. And it really touched me in a profound way when that little boy was crying on that live and said, "Man, I look up to you." And I sat back and I said, "Man, only if you knew who he was before who he is now, he would admire him a lot more than worrying about who he is right now, because he would appreciate your transition to where you are right now."
I mean, yeah, for sure. Cause I mean, to be all the way honest, you know what I'm saying? It was like I ain't worked a job longer than 90 days in 37 years. You dig? It's just not me. I was straight trap. I came from Ohio with 3 ounces of that yeah, and I know weed, but that, you know, yeah. And the neighborhood I went into, it wasn't a neighborhood for that yeah. You feel me? So that was a transition right there, having to go from dealing with that to having to hop on the weed tip, you dig? And then I blew up on the weed tip. But what you had asked me though, B, what part of my life made me feel like this? All right, so I got my daughter when I was 28, right? And I remember I was riding with my daughter. I was going to serve a dude out Forestville. Three slabs. I had 3 slabs in the stash spot. So I'm going to serve, and the police got behind me. And I was looking in the rearview mirror, and I seen my daughter. And I was like, damn, I'm about to really lose shorty. Because if they really bubble me, and they gonna take me to jail because they gonna find it. And then where she finna go? I don't want her to go with her mama. I don't want her to go with her grandmama. My father ain't gonna come get her. So it's like, that was the day where it was like, all right, I'm out the streets. You feel me? Just the police getting behind me. I got 3 pounds in the car with my daughter in the back seat. 3 years old. Mind you that I got my daughter when she was 3 years old. She's 13 now. 10 straight years. You know what I'm saying? 10 straight years of me being a father to a baby, from a baby to a teenager. That was the day that everything changed. And I was like, you know what? I can't do this. Because the way I felt, it wasn't me being scared to go to jail. It was me being scared to lose my daughter. And everybody that was fighting me, everybody that was putting smut on my name, everybody that was disrespecting me, everybody that just had nothing but negative things to say, saying why she shouldn't be with me, I felt like I'd have been proving all them right. And I'd be damned if I'm finna prove y'all right. I'm gonna prove y'all wrong. And here we go, 10 years later, I still got her. So that's what made me realize, like, I gotta slow down. You heard me?
And I'm glad you said it, because for those who don't know, and I'm glad you shared that, I tell you that if I use that word brother and as a friend, I use it very, 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 very tight. I don't give it out. It's not a pass that I give it out. Every man that I have came across in my life serves a purpose in my life. I just don't make friends with people. And one of the things that I respect about you, man, not just the fact that you're authentic about what you say and how you feel, is the fact that I respect you as a father first, as a man first. I remember the process that you were going through to get your daughter. I remember all the things that you had to go through, all the custodies, all the money you had to pay for your daughter, as far as like lawyer fees and everything. That made me respect you a lot more. And I know my brother here, Aaron, is another man who got full custody of his daughter. And I'm sure he can share the same story with you. Maybe not the same struggles, but the same story as far as like raising a daughter as a black man, where the mother is there, but she's not there. And you got to deal with that responsibility. Not deal with it, but accept that responsibility as a man raising a young girl opposed to raising a boy. Which
that ain't easy. It's like, that ain't easy. You feel me? That ain't easy. Like, I used to have to deal with, I used to have to deal with my daughter going to sleep, holding the phone, waiting for her mother to call. You feel me? And I have to wake up. When she wake up, I have to listen to her cry because her mother ain't called. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like, especially on her side, like, a lot of people, like, y'all didn't have to deal with that. You feel me? Like, they didn't have to, y'all didn't understand what she was going through, and because she was going through something, it made me go through something. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all ain't understand that. So, man, doing her head to go to school, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that, bro, like, it's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That, and salute to you, brother. For, you know, cause they think that, I mean, listen, this girl been with me for 10 years straight. I enroll her in school. I do everything. Insurance is under my name, all of that. And I still get treated like I'm a baby father coming in here. And then I got to go back to being a nigga and show them my ass. Y'all better go get them custody papers. Y'all got them. Because you got to get them. When you go through the custody battle, it got to be there. Y'all got to see. It's me. So I still go through it to this day. This school year, I still go through it. They don't look at me. Tattoos all over his body, tattoos on his face. You don't have no. You don't call the shots. Where's the mom? So where they'll reach out to my wife before they reach out to me, and that's not her child. That's not her biological child. You heard me?
I know one of the scariest moments I've had was when I was talking to the police one day, and they was like, "Hey man, if she decided to go up to the school and take her, and you never see her again, she's well within her right to do that." And I was like, "How is this possible?" Say, because neither one of y'all got papers on her. See, it's like jumping on anybody. So that's the reason why I was like, well, I need to go ahead and take some steps and see what I need to do to make sure that you know what I'm saying, I can be a part of my daughter's life regardless. I'm not saying that that's what her mother would have done. I don't know, but for that to be a possibility, that's like kind of like scared me and made me go and do some of the things that I needed to do as far as paperwork was concerned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the worst
I can't imagine that.
is having to go to court. You don't want to go to court.
There ain't no never side with us. Yeah.
You don't want to go to court. And that right there. That right there.
Well, I ain't gonna say never, but it's just traditionally that's not.
Listen, but I made a video. I made a video, and because I've been to court three times within this 10 years. But I went to court 2016, and I went to court 2 times, 2020 and 21, right? But see, the last time me going to court, I actually went to jail because my baby mother sent them a video me having a gun, and that video she tried to say I pulled the gun out on her. So they came to the house, locked me up, talked to me about the gun, CPS is at the house, all this shit. You know what I mean? Part of my
stuff just like that. Why we don't get a fair shake?
Yeah, but see but 8,000 on a lawyer. 8,000 on like people don't understand. Custody lawyers not like criminal lawyers. They divorce that's still on. Family lawyers be busting heads. So you talking about like having to spend bread? Man, it's crazy. And especially like I'm glad I had a PG County lawyer. If I had a Baltimore lawyer or a Baltimore County lawyer, they would have tried to hit me like 15,000. I'm glad I had a PG County lawyer. You feel me?
Wow.
That's real.
So let me ask you something. I know, based off of what you're saying, your daughter kind of like made you get out the streets because you knew the consequences that came with that. Right? As far as you losing that, all this hard work that you're telling us that you put in, that we see that you put in. When I first met you, music was your passion, at least to me personally, because I heard the way your music was. I heard the pain that was in the music. I heard the motivation that was in the music. How did you go from the music to doing what you're doing right now, which is what he say? He said he's slinging these dogs. That's his new.
I said, listen.
What's up?
Listen, we had timing off, right? Timing was off, right? It's 6 o'clock. I'm like, what's good? I got a dog to go sell. So I'm not trying to miss y'all. You heard me? So I was just selling the dog. When you called me, I'm like, hey, I'm at the L store. I had just sold a dog. You dig? I slang dogs like bricks, bro. Literally. Slang dogs like bricks, and people hate it. They hate it. They hate it, man. What was the question?
You remember when I first met you, right? I said, yo, you're going to blow up. You're going to do music. Then me and you stopped talking for a while, right? I think my last conversation with you, I was riding down in Columbia. And I remember you saying something about YouTube. And I'm like, YouTube? I said, that's not a bad idea. Just take a camera around and walk around with and people want to know what you're doing all day. A day in the life of Weezy, right? And that was the last time I talked to him about anything else about music, anything like this. And then after I got married, or before I got married, you started talking about dogs. I'm like, dogs? What are you doing with dogs? So how did you go from the music, leaving that music where I thought that's where God had you going, right? That's what everybody from the neighborhood thought you was going with. And then come to find out, you're not doing you're not doing music, but you're doing, you selling dogs. So how did that transition happen?
I mean, I always had dogs. You feel me? But PG County, the only county in Maryland where pit bulls is illegal. You feel me? So I always wanted. I used to, because I was in the streets, and I used to be jealous of people that went to work that got income tax checks. So I used to always want to have my once a year income tax check, and that would have been me breeding a dog. I would have been able to act bougie, act like my don't stink. You feel me? That's what I really wanted to do. But I never had the opportunity because I would put a dog at my father's house and he would get rid of the dog, or animal controller come take the dog because it's a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I didn't start YouTube to be this. How God worked. I didn't get on YouTube to be no dog vlogger. I got on YouTube to do cars and dirt bikes. You know what I'm saying? I did a YouTube video because it was snowing outside. I did a YouTube video of a raw meat diet. I said because like the person I was watching at the time every day, I'm studying their craft, watching CJ So Cool. I'm watching CJ on 32s. I'm watching Tall Guy Car Review. I'm watching the Prince Family. I'm watching Mr. Organic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching what they doing, and I'm just like, what they doing? So my kids say, well, no, I'm sorry. Let me bring this back. I wasn't watching CJ So Cool. You know, I thought CJ So Cool was corny because I didn't understand what he was doing with kids all the time. So when my kids told me to watch CJ So Cool, they probably forced me to watch him or something. I don't know what it was. And I was like, man, we got 4 kids in here. We got the cars. We got the dirt bikes. Shit, I'm watching Mr. Organic. He cussing. He raw and uncut. I'm like, man, he ain't doing nothing different than what I'm doing. So I go buy a GoPro, which was the worst decision that I ever could have made. I wound up taking.
I know you told me that already.
Quality trash. You know,
I know you.
I know
You trashed me when I told you I had a GoPro.
Whatever hero you got is trash.
Hey, Aaron, I called him. I said, yo, guess what? I got my camera about to do my podcast. He said, what camera did you get? I said, I got a GoPro. He said, why the hell did you get a GoPro?
Yeah.
I said, I don't know.
Yeah. You seen what I wanted to get. I showed you what I wanted to get.
Yeah, that thing.
So, go ahead, so basically when I do that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like this. Boom, we doing videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was snowing. I couldn't do no car video. I couldn't do no dirt bike video. So I'm like, all right, let me just show them me feeding my dog, right? All right. Not thinking of nothing. I went a year straight. With 4 subscribers. At the time, that was my 3 kids and my wife. A year straight. I used to get like 2 views for a year straight. I do this dog video. All of a sudden, numbers is moving. I'm like 30 views. Ooh, I got 30 views. Yeah, I get 30 views, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I make a regular video. Get about 10 views. Then I made another dog video. 100 views. Now I'm like, 100 views. I made it, mama. We made it. You heard me? So that's kind of really how it happened. It wasn't nothing that I was doing that I thought. Like I said, everything that I think I'm going to be successful in, I'm not successful in.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? First it was rap, dead. Then it was cars and dirt, cars, rap first, cars, dead, dirt bikes, dead. I do this dog video. And now I'm getting views. Now I go from having 4 subscribers to having like 300 subscribers. You feel me?
Wow.
And I'm like, what? So then I do another raw meat diet. Because at this point, I'm getting what? Maybe 4 or 5 comments. Maybe at the most comments I probably would have is maybe 8 at the most. And they asking like, they saying like, do another raw meat diet video. It's like, I ain't trying to do no raw meat diet. You know what? Boom, forget it. So I do a raw meat diet video. I do this video. I'm at maybe 400 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 400. Maybe. I'm averaging like 100 views a video. I do this raw meat diet video. That junk go viral. I go from 400 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers to 2,000 subscribers. And then when it would be, I was averaging 1,000 subscribers a month off of this raw meat diet video. It's like 600 some thousand views on the journey. But I was, and it's like, they don't want to see the cars no more, bro. And I'm telling my wife, I'm like, man, I'm not trying to do this. She like, nah, keep going. I'm like, nah. I'm like, Christine, I'm not trying to do this. She like, nah, keep going. I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna keep going.
Hey, that's why you have to have a good woman on your by your side, man. Not behind you, not in front of you.
Yeah.
She needs to be right there on that side because they know they know the it, but they know when it's it right there. Shout out to Dana Bopong, man.
Not only that, you know what it said to me? It says to me that good things happen when you really be obedient, like when you really listening. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to really be in tune. And even when you don't understand why something is happening or why things happening, but if you just walk it out in faith and be obedient, then things like good things will happen. That's what it's telling me.
And I
right about that. You definitely right. Not saying that I was like all the way positive with a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I done been in like real YouTube beefs. You know what I'm saying? I done been into it where altercations done happen with people coming to my house, police being called, stuff, you know what I mean? I done been in a lot of little situations behind this YouTube thing. But so I can't sit up here and, you know, say I was, you know, all the way, you know, good with it. But, you know, it for me, it was more so, if she believe in me, then that means everybody believe in me.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, you know, because a lot of people always sit up here and they say to me like, man, I wish I had a wife like yours that support me like your wife do. And I be like, bro, there ain't nothing that you can force. It's just that my wife had the same passion that I had. We both had a passion for dogs. You heard me? So It's like, no matter what we go through, no matter what we do, no matter what's going on, at the end of the day, if we ain't got nothing in common, I know one thing we got in common, them dogs. So for her to see that, she's seen it before I seen it. My wife been telling me for a long time that you too nice. Stop being this way. You know what I'm saying? When people go up to your wife and say, you boss man wife? When people go up to your wife during COVID with a COVID mask on, and they can, excuse me, do I know you from somewhere? She seen it before I seen it, man. I ain't know. Wasn't me, man. I'm like, man, I'm trying to do cars and dirt bikes, but it seemed like it just like when we was rapping. I got a song called Racked Up and Ballin'. We racked up and we ballin'. That Hennessy keep pouring like. I hated that song. I hated it. I said this song is trash. But Bonpon used to argue me down.
I sure did.
Song. I'm like, B, this not
That's the song.
I'm like, B, this not the song, B. And when we go perform that song, it go crazy. So I looked at it when she kept telling me, I'm looking at it like, well, I struck out with the music and I wasn't listening. So let me take a dive into it and see how it play out.
And you know, one of the things that I love about you, right? And you know, I don't pick who God put in my life. I accept him because I know God knows what he's doing, right? And one of the things that I love about you is that you like the opposite of me. I think we like the opposite of each other, right? I'm more of the spiritual. I wear my spirituality. I think that's the proper way to say it. My spirituality on my shoulders. You see it. I wear it on my shoulders. You don't wear it on your shoulders. But the one thing I do know about you is that you believe in your higher power. You believe in God.
Yeah,
you know, and we had a last episode was like the consequences of being, sharing your faith or your belief on somebody and how it could be a detriment. And I've always had my conversations with you about, allowing God to lead you and follow and trust God. That's my conversation with him. Now I'm giving you guys the personal, intimate conversations that I have with Bossman Vlogs, right? For those who are watching that are his followers, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Finding Notice Podcast, right? I've had these conversations with him. I've prayed with him. See, remember we had this conversation, Aaron, that Paul said it best. Paul said in the book of Corinthians, we talked about this on the last pod, that when I'm with the non-believers, I act like a non-believer. When I'm with the Jews, I act like I'm a Jew. When I'm with the Christians, I act like I'm a Christian, so I can draw more souls to Christ, right? I don't think you can ever honestly say I've ever forced you to do something with or believe in God. It's something that you do, and we share conversations about it, and then I help you in prayers about it. So when I sit back and I look at how you transition from one, you have a couple of transitions, because the first transition was coming off the streets.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one. The second one was, all right, let me lead the streets. Let me lead the streets. Now let me try, doing the cars and the dirt bike. Now I'm trying this transition right here. This is the best transition, because what I thought was going to blow you up, what you thought was going to blow you up, wasn't even what came close to it. God had a different plan for you. And I just wanted people to realize that you don't have to walk and say that I believe in God for God to make a transition in your life. I do believe in my heart that you do acknowledge God is the one who led you to do what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just wanted people to realize that, what you think that, what he's doing may not be your calling. Is it something that you can try? Most definitely. Is it something that God has ordained for you? That's something that you got to figure out. And that's where you got to know where your transition is in life and accepting it, because sometimes what you may say is not what you want to do, may be exactly what you're supposed to do. And then he's a living proof of that. And that's why I wanted you to come on, because to me, it's too good of a conversation to not have with you without people understanding that you don't have to be holy, 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 holy for God to do something great in your life.
No, you don't. For sure. Like you say, bro, like I call my partner G. When I need that, that married advice, when I need that spiritual advice, I call B, I call my partner G. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that, that B do, he don't force me to do nothing. You feel me? It's been times, man, B done got into it and like, man, you ain't listening to me. And B come back and he like, you know what? My apologies.
Yep.
I did not listen to you. I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? And it don't be, that's my brother. I love him to death. We gonna fight because we brothers. We got decades in though. You feel me? So we gonna always get into it. That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I need him, like when I was in jail, my wife called him and said, I need you to write a letter to the judge. That man wrote the letter to the judge. The letter was I said, yeah, that's my time right there. Hey, I mean, listen, my lawyer sent me the letter. I'm reading this joke in the cell. I'm in the hey, look, I'm in the cell reading this joke. I say, man, this man put the yeah on there.
Yeah, you had to make sure.
he made sure that joint was on point. I be my man. You did.
I'm sitting here. This guy's the wife called, Christina called my sister. Again, shout out to Christina, a strong woman who has stuck by your side.
Yeah.
And she called me, she said, look, she said, bro, your boy need a letter. I said, okay, what does the letter got to tell? She said the letter has to tell, good character. And to me, the reason why I do the things, or I'm always there for you, is because I've had support, and I know how important it is to have that support system. Mm-hmm. I've had support from people who are not exactly like you. I've had support from people who's not like me. But when God had put people in your life that genuinely care about you, certain things that they will do will testify to that, right? And another thing that I love about you is that no matter how much people hated me in the neighborhood along with you, you never turned on me. No matter how much it meant for you to lose relationship,
you can't tell me nothing.
Aaron, I'm telling you, when I told him that I was going to support him, so I told him not to bring this up, but I'm gonna bring it up so he can talk on this. I remember Wale had, and shout out to Wale. I have no personal beef with him because I don't know him personally, but I know him through my man who was his cousin from my neighborhood. And I remember him hitting the Lady Gaga song, looking at me, and it was kind of like his breakout song into the mainstream for real, for real. He came back home to DC. And he was looking for artists to open up for him locally. At that time, it was him. Jay Assassin was the rap name at that time, and Fat Trail. Rest in peace to Bo. Bo was like, yo, we gonna be here. Y'all should try to get him to, perform. So I said, look, I'll give him $2,000. Well, he'll match the 2,000.
And I told him I'd match it.
He'll match 2,000. So that's $4,000 just to allow him just to open up at least one song for him when he.
He was opening up. It was opening up for Jay-Z, but somebody was opening up for him. So I'm like, we gonna do this.
Right.
And you always in Ardmore. You go to the park, you play basketball.
Right.
I'm the only nigga in Ardmore rapping.
Right. So that's how it came about. And we offered him the money. Like, it may not be much, but at that time you hadn't blown up.
4,000 ain't no small bread.
It ain't small bread. I said
for a local joker, no.
Hey Aaron, I said for not for anything, you can buy at least 4 ace of spades with that in the club. You can pour it and throw it away. But that's what we offered him. He turned it down, but it wasn't the fact that he turned it down, it was the way he went about turning it down. I'm not gonna get into the specifics. But when that happened, people from our neighborhood, and look, if you're from around my neighborhood, I'm gonna tell you this. If you're watching this, I'm glad that you're watching this so I can say this off my chest. If you ever felt some type of way about me, it's not because I did anything to you personally. It's just because you just didn't like it for whatever that reason is. All of a sudden, because he was friends with me, they started being mad at him.
Wow.
It was I had to pick a side.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
I had to
pick a side that's going right with you.
And listen, mind you, I had people on my side that I was click tight with before B came around.
Mm-hmm.
But I still wasn't finna go for that.
No, but how many of the people that was on your side that was gonna put you up $2,000 for you?
No, I had about 2, 3
people.
I had about 2, 3 people. Yeah, I had about 2 people, but they didn't have the B vision was bigger than what you feel me?
Right.
His vision back then is now it can go into play now.
You will blow up quick, man.
Yeah. You feel me? His vision back then, if we had all of this back then, I'd be on.
But you won't
be sitting now having $1 million conversations about $1 million deals.
That's what we talking about. We talking about what we thought would it be you'd be on with. We thought that the transition of you coming in was to be a rapper, leaving the streets and becoming a rapper, making it with music. But that's the conversation is about that transition. How did you went from a whole different person, not about 3 times, to be who you are right now?
It's crazy, bro. Like,
so what I'm getting out of a lot of this conversation, which is great, which most people probably picked up, is that first of all, you rode with a dude that had a vision. Not only that, you said your wife had a vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people that was around you had visions, even when you wasn't able to see it. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess anybody that's making that transition or trying to make a transition in their life or just embrace their transition, sometimes you just got to listen to somebody else who might not see the things that you see. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you probably just need people in your corner that's going to be able to help you and embrace you, walk you through some certain things and not just tell you what you're supposed to do. Yeah. When we get into part 2, I'll get into some of the transitions because I've had people, they'll tell you, hey, I'm going to help you with this one. I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to be what you do this. But at the end of the day, none of them was there when I needed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what it's going to force you to do is harder, but what it'll force you to do is make you believe even harder in yourself. But then when you find, you know what I'm saying, it's when you have a hard time understanding or trying to find that confidence yourself, because that can be hard in itself sometimes, believing in your own worth, because even some of the things that you're saying, like, I wanted to do this. You know what I'm saying? So even believing that you can, hustle the dogs and do the things that you was doing, it's like, that's kind of far-fetched. It seems kind of hard to do. But it's that much better when you can find people that you know that they just want to believe in you, stand on your side, feed you, you know what I'm saying? Not just like physically, but just spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, spiritually. Yeah. Like, oh, okay, I got somebody that's gonna hold me down. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, bro.
before it was, you know, how he is right now. When he was a whole total different person. He still had the same type of beliefs. Feel me? It was still different. Like now he just actually put 110% into the belief. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like I talk to this Bama every day.
That's what's up.
I see this Bama at least three, 4 times a week.
On the same.
We go to the studio together. He ain't never missed a studio session. Understand this? He ain't never missed a studio session.
That's what's up, bro.
He ain't never missed. He missed one show.
Yeah.
One show. Yeah. He missed one show.
Wow.
That's out of like 500 shows. So that one show don't even mean that. That's not even a 0.1. That's still 0.
Right.
0. You dig? So, man, when Bama's trying to play with my man like that, like, man, all right, if it's F me, then it's F y'all. You heard me?
Right.
Because I'm going to stick with my man. Like, I got me messed up, bro. Like, what y'all think this is? Like, this man is doing everything, you know, that he supposed to do behind somebody he got faith in. Like, see, he ain't even tell you, like, he was saying it earlier, right? But he ain't go all the way into it.
Nope.
When he asked me, what you want to do? And I was just like, bro, I'm trying to be famous, bro. Like, so he said, all right, give me your CD. I said, all right, that's a bet. He like, no. How much you selling them for? Yep. I said 5. He gave me 20. I said, bro, you want more than one? He said, no, I just want to do this.
That's what's
something. It's something telling me to support you. This is, mind you, now we know each other, but we don't know each other in music. Right. So he been there. He been doing that. See what I'm saying? It ain't. So it's like, why would I do that with somebody? He already getting money. He already pulling up in fly cars. He already buying out the bar. He already in the club showing out. He don't need nothing from me. What do he need from me? We both out here getting money. What do he need from me? But he doing this because he sees something in me that I don't see. So why would I go to somebody like we did a video with Take Cobain? I mean, a song with Take
Black Cobain.
Black Cobain. I said, now Take Cobain, the old dude. Oh, my bad. Take Cobain. But yeah, not Black Cobain, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, partner. Yeah, but we did a jump with now this probably was the only one of the only no beat been wrong, but he ain't really been wrong too much with it. But this is around the time that I told him he was wrong. Cause I said we should have paid for Kevin Gates.
You sure did.
And he was like, nah, Kevin Gates ain't it. I'm just like, B.
I didn't see that one.
B, lunching, bro.
I didn't see that one.
Bro, I say, B, we can get Kevin Gates for like 8,000, 6 to 8,000. He like, nah. I say, B.
And we probably could have got a video out of that.
B, what you talking about? I say, B.
Yeah, you called
right? Now listen, I'm gonna tell you another thing too. With me, I'm the Landover 50 Cent, man. I'm short. I ain't no big dude. I'm 5'7", 175 pounds. I've been a gorilla my whole life. Landover 50 Cent, bully bounds. You heard me?
Right.
So the clique, the GMB clique breaks up because I went at Black Cobain. Yeah. And Black Cobain was affiliated with Wale.
That was what I think.
Any affiliation with me meant that Bammers can't go on stage with Wale. So who we gonna run with, right? We gonna run with Weez, who is an inspiring rapper, or we gonna run with the rapper who's already a rapper? Yeah. It's another reason why I stuck with him. He wasn't on stage with them.
Yeah.
They treated him like trash the same way. Then I did a remix to the Bad Jump.
Right.
I never met that jump. I did a remix of that. I say, I'm on the jump and I say, something. What up, Wale? This all more Weezy. You already know who I am. Woo, 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 woo. And then I come in. Am I wrong? Because I love Shawty. The only one that ever let hoe work for me. I come off and I'm just start spitting. And they tried to flip the script and say, I made a diss song about dude.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, huh? Then they tried to flip the script and make it seem like Bonpine made this is about him.
Yeah, and I wasn't even rapping.
So we had,
Yeah,
listen, we had the
when
whole,
we was doing our thing, I ain't never
we
hit
had the
shit,
whole
bro.
neighborhood. Understand me, brother.
So
We had the whole neighborhood.
yeah. So
Hating us.
so for Weezy, hold on. So for people that's watching, we talking about accepting your transition, and there's a reason why I asked my brother to come on, because sometimes you got to I look at life like this. You don't have to be holy for God to actually use you for something greater. I told you guys when it first started, I came on one of your live on IG, and I saw a little boy crying because he said, you inspire me and you're my idol. And I'm looking at him like, Weezy your idol? I said, if he's your idol now, you would embrace him a lot different if you knew where he came from to where he's at. And a lot of your viewers, they just know you from where they know you at from right now.
Hey, B, let me say this too for everybody that's watching on the Final Notice podcast. I'm smoking a Capone, not a blunt. Right? I'm smoking a Capone, no filter. I don't smoke weed. Now I drink liquor, but I don't smoke weed. All right, so when y'all see me hitting this is not a blunt.
That's free promo for Al Capone, man. But
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate that, bro. I'm like, yo, my mom gonna be watching this, bro.
Hey, look, I told B, look, B was like, he was like, man, you gotta, man, Weez, you can't come on there being how you be. I was like, what you mean?
Grandma's
like,
aunties on this.
My mom's, my stepmom, everybody be watching. And I said, nigga, all my family watch me too. What you mean? I said, all right, you know what? All right, man, look, I'm not trying to hear that beat. I said, but you know what? I'm gonna respect the platform. You heard me? I'm gonna respect the platform because I'm like, man, my family watch me. Now listen, if we was on my joint, I'd have cussed about 300 times by now. And mind you, it's hard. I'm no homo, but it's hard to not cuss. Like I'm doing this, and I'm not.
You're doing a great job, man. I definitely appreciate
it. Man, look, I feel like I'm not even being me.
Nah, that's fine. No, that's who you are. That's
hey, look, I'm replacing cuss words with Bama.
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask you something before, because we almost at our 8 o'clock, right? So for anybody that is at a crossroad of their life, and you know what they thought they were going to be doing is not what they're doing right now, what would be an advice that you would give them? Like, what would you tell them?
I would say stay focused, keep your head up. Everything ain't for everybody. God picked people. Cameron said it and paid in full. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't picked to get A's in school. You wasn't picked to be a basketball player. You wasn't picked to be a football player. We was picked to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I would say just don't try to force something that you wasn't picked for, and understand if it's something that you good at, embrace it, run with it. You dig what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people think like what I would say as far as this YouTube thing with the dogs. A lot of people think because they got better dogs that they gonna blow up and be a YouTuber. And it's like, God ain't pick you to be a YouTuber, bro. No matter what you do, it don't really matter. Like, it's just some people got it and some people don't. But that don't mean give up. Just keep grinding. You gonna find your niche. You know what I'm saying? You gonna find your niche. We gonna touch $1 million next year. We gonna touch $1 million next year. So you gonna find your niche. I'll be 38 next year. And I'm touching $1 million. That's stamped. I'm stamping that on here. We touching $1 million this same day.
Amen.
The 14th of June.
Yes, sir.
2024. I'm gonna be a millionaire. Can't nobody tell me I can't. You heard me? So just don't let negativity stop you. Don't let hating stop you. Don't let your old lady stop you. Don't let your man stop you, bruh. Keep grinding. Keep going. Head up, chest out. You got it on your mind like a man, get it off your chest. You heard me? That's what I say, B.
Man, that's that's why I love my brother, man. My brother, I respect your grind, I respect your hustle, but the most important thing I respect about you is your fatherhood with your kids, man. I love your interaction with your kids. I love the way that you embrace your bonus kids. You couldn't tell the difference. I love the way you are with your son. You know, I appreciate what you've given me because you had your daughter first, and I've watched you take care of your daughter, and I took those blueprints to take care of my son. So I definitely appreciate you for that aspect.
Hey, look, before you get on, let me do this for everybody, on the Final Notice podcast that's watching, for them to understand. Because they might think you bluffing. They might think you bluffing, B. It's my 16-year-old CJ. You dig? Say what's up. This my soon-to-be 13-year-old Crystal. She got that merch on.
Slow down, squad.
This the one right here that I fought my life for. Say what's good, Stink. Ching, come in. They outside. Oh, hold on. Let me just in case they think I'm bluffing. Say hi. You okay? This my oh no, she my 5-year-old. She my she the next superstar in the making on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Then I got this my 3-year-old, and this my wife. You know what I'm saying?
You see that family dynamics.
So it's and then you know that's the kennel cage up there. I don't know if you can see it, but we do this. You dig? So just in case they thought that it was a joke or, you know, oh no, he bluffing. Nah. We don't do that. We run 6 TVs in the house. You know, you could take a dump and watch TV in here. We got 6 TVs in here. We got 2 different internets, Comcast and Verizon. That's how much going on in here. You heard?
Well, definitely
everybody fresh. Everybody fresh.
Definitely appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you, man. But this is something that we do on a podcast with our guests and also with each other, right? So we kind of like get a final notice, like what do we like our final notice for the week, right? So I'm gonna let you go and I'm gonna let Aaron go. If Aaron want to go last, I can go right after you, and then we can close out the episode.
All right. I appreciate y'all, brothers, for even having me on the jump.
Do you have a final notice? You got something like the final thought you want to get off your head before you dip?
You want me to do it so that way you know how we do it?
Yeah. Do it.
So my final notice for this week is trust your process. Embrace your process. It may be ugly, but embrace it because the end result is always going to be better than the way it started. That'll be my final notice for this week.
So my final notice for this week is the only person that can stop you is you.
There you go.
That's my final notice.
Okay. Hey, my final notice would be the Bible says your plans don't work. Like a plan succeed because you surround yourself by many counsels and wise counsel. So it's probably not a lot. I said this before. Jesus only had 3 people that can go everywhere he went. When that was Peter, James, and John. But make sure you try to find those people, man, if you can, that's going to really support you. They really out here. It might not even be your own family, but it might be somebody that can stand in proxy of a family. But they are out here. Somebody do believe in you. You just got to make sure you find the right people and put them around you.
Man, Bossman Vlogs, definitely appreciate you for coming on the Final Notice podcast, man. It's been a great
I love y'all brothers, man, and you know I'm support. From the moment he told me, I'm tuned in, I'm subscribed. You heard? I'm here. And
appreciate you,
anybody from the Slowdown Squad that's watching right now, man, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? And these two good brothers, you know what I'm saying? If you check and see what they doing a little bit of everything. So you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn that notification bell on. You did. Make sure you share it wherever you share it, from Instagram to Facebook or YouTube to Facebook or YouTube to IG, whatever you do. It's good brothers. and they on the come up, and I'm telling y'all, watch out right now for Final Notice Podcast. You heard me?
Appreciate you, man.
Grateful. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Take it easy.
Man, it's been another great conversation, man. Sorry we couldn't get to the comments. I couldn't even keep up with the comments.
Nah, he represented, man. His people's representing for him.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you guys coming in, man. All Bossman Vlogs follow us and subscribers. Thank you so much for coming on. If it is the content for you, man, if you want to get down into your spiritual side and belief side of things in life, hit us up, man. You know, we'll definitely have some great conversation, have great guest conversation with like we have with Bossman Vlogs. Our job is to try to, you know, to bring light to what we do in life and how do we put God first so that we can be successful in what we're doing in life. Our goal is to make sure that, you know, we do our part, and our part is to make sure we spread the word. No matter how it looks or how it sounds, God is going to do the rest. We just going to do the work, man.
That's right. That's right, man.
So appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Aaron, man, I love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
Sorry for the craziness today, but my daughter's birthday is coming up, and hey, man, you know what she's been through, so it's a very emotional and it's very hard,
baby. Family first, man.
So definitely appreciate the prayers, bro. I'm just grateful for her to be able to have this birthday.
That's right.
So you know, I'm out, man.
All right, man. I'm proud on camera, man.
Yeah, man. It's hard, man, bro. I've been trying, yo, since me and my wife been trying to put a party together, man.
Yeah.
Bro, man.
It's good, man. It's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing, bro. And you should take every pride in it, man. I didn't know your daughter about to turn 16. My daughter turned 16 in October, so
yeah.
You know
That's it right. They're the same age, man.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Didn't know that, bro.
So you know, appreciate you, man. So I definitely tap in with you, man. I gotta get the trash.
No, bro. Back on the wheel, baby. Back on the wheel.
Tomorrow's trash day, Aaron. I gotta take the trash out. Hey, she not home right now. She not home right now, so I'm gonna beat her to it today.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. I'll catch up with you, man.
All right, bro. I love you, man.
You too, man.